Got it.
I am going to check in the group to see if we are here live in this little awkward in-between moment. All right, it looks like we are live. So excited to be here today for our client spotlight with the wonderful Cori Maag, who is here to share with us a little bit about her and her experience with the Easy Yes method. Cori is an incredible human, and she's doing amazing things for parents and being able to systemize what they're doing. But let me go ahead and turn it over to you, Cori, to share a little bit more about you, what you do, and how you help your clients. And then we'll jump into the rest.
All right. Hi, I'm so excited to be here. And so a little bit about me. I call myself a mom life strategist, which is really just my passion is helping moms overcome the overwhelm so that they can get back to the version of themselves that they want to be. And we do that through some mindset shifts, some systemizing their day-to-day, and then really, how can they feel supported? So that's kind of that in a nutshell.
I love it. And Cori's downplaying it. She's freaking awesome. I'm going to shout her out for a quick minute about how she is just incredible. The mindset and all that, but I think it really comes down to being able to support moms where they're at and being able to see that it's not about trying to be the Pinterest mom, trying to do all the right things. It's about being able to create an environment for themselves where they're able to thrive as a parent and get so much more out of motherhood, which is really what we all want when we become parents. Is we don't just want to go through the motions. We want to be able to create this thriving motherhood where we enjoy things and we actually can get the most out of the things that we're doing. So props to her because she's amazing, and I'm just going to shout her out about that. So as we jump in, I know you're going to downplay because that's what you do. So I want to shout you out a little harder. So share with us, when you came to me, what was it that really you were struggling with that led you to ultimately seeking me out or having a conversation with me?
So I think it was around 2019, and we were in a different group together, and you were just like, hey, I have this group. And I was like, okay, join. And that really was
start of it all.
The start of it all. And so I was kind of one of those. I mean, I don't think I really ever lurked, but I was one of those DIY, I'm going to see what, and you offer so much value all the time. And it was like, oh, great, she's offering another one, watch. And so early on, I knew that I wanted to work with you. And then finally, after I invested in another program that just wasn't the right fit, and I talked with my husband and I was like, she's offering something. I know I want to work with her. And so it really was by that point. And this is what, 2021 now. So a couple years later, it was an easy yes.
I love
this
it.
is what I need.
Yeah. And I believe when you came to me, you were like, Nas, I just want to be able to share what I'm doing and have people see it, because I think, again, that's a big part of what we do is just you have been amazing all along, right? I reiterate this to people, people who come to me have been amazing all along. It's just about how to bring that to life and structure their business around that. That's so powerful. So my next question for you is, were there any objections? And this is kind of a little different because your situation is a little bit different, but were there any objections that almost kept you from working with me in the first place?
I mean, early on, it was that financial objection. My business hasn't actually made really any money yet. And so it was trying to figure out how, because I know that it can, how to come up with the investment to put towards my business. And fortunately, my husband's always been very supportive. So it wasn't a no, it was, we have to wait. We have to, we have to figure it out. And so that's what we had to do.
I love it. And then I think that's an important thing to hear, because I think we don't talk about that enough in the entrepreneurship world, is that it's a catch-22 where we know we need support, but we also know that we need to get our foot on the ground and get things done. So I think it's powerful to know when is the right time for you to invest versus just investing because we want to. And that's different for everyone. And that's a different take I take on things, where I'm like, I don't need you to go take out a credit card and like
Exactly.
do all
And
these things. Yeah.
I was about to mention that because I mean, even before like you know, we had conversations in the DMs and I'm like, I want to work with you, but I can't yet. And you never pressured me. You're like, it'll happen when it happens. And I have been on, you know, the discovery calls with people that are like, well, it is an investment, which, you know, fine, that's great. But also, I'm not going to put my house up, you know, for a second mortgage just to be able to work with you. And why are you pressuring me to do that? And so that is something that you stand out differently because it's like it'll happen when it happens, and I'll be here anyway to support you until it does.
Yeah, I know. It's a scary world we live in, but I get it, like the investment, but I think it's a powerful thing to know that like you make that decision when it feels best for
Mhm.
you. And it's going to build the momentum and the drive so much more when you know you're doing it from a place of like what you are ready to do versus just being pushed into it.
Mhm.
So share with me, what has been the biggest shift for you in so far in what we're doing?
I don't even know how to answer that because simply everything. Like, I feel like I started the program with like just the shell of an idea. Like, I wanted to just focus on home management. And you're like, it's more than that. Why don't you see that? It's more than that. And so I feel like there have been points where I'm kicking and screaming, and you're like, come this way. But it's, it's been an incredible journey up to this point because I have, you know, in a lot of ways, I feel like I have stepped into that where I really didn't want to or didn't trust myself to be able to do that. And so you just have a way of like seeing things and then being able to like get me out of my head and like you articulate things so much better. And it's like, okay, well, that block is gone. Like, I've been focusing on this for how long? And one conversation that's like, you know, 2 minutes, and you're like, da 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 da. It's like, oh, okay, well, where did the last 2 weeks go that I was ruminating on this?
And that's like a running joke when I'm working with you guys, is that they're always like, I just come here for you to take what I'm thinking and make it work. Like I just do.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing because it's like, it's so true. And we all have that. Like I have that, like where I have all these like crazy ideas and all these things. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. And then like, it just, you have to have that support in someone like a sounding board that can like take what you're doing and build a strategy, build the articulation of our message and stuff like that. But I want to highlight something that Cori mentioned, because I think, again, when we talk about success stories or we talk about client spotlights, I think we get so focused on a lot of the like money and this and that. And I think for me, and I think this is probably one of the biggest successes, is you trusting yourself, you seeing yourself as like, I can't reiterate this enough, that like you came in looking at yourself very one-dimensionally, and it was a tough nut to crack that I was like, I'm going to get you to see yourself as the big freaking deal that you are. And it took some work, and it's not in a bad way. It's just that you're such a humble person and you're such a like giver. And I was like, that's okay, but we want to see you as this big deal. And I think to me, that's like a huge success, is not just a success for me, but success for you to watch you blossom, watch you grow into and start seeing yourself as this huge thing. Every time we'd have a conversation and all of a sudden you'd be like, I see it. And I was, oh my gosh, yes. Like I can see how I do this, and this. And you'd start going off and I'd be like, look at Miss Cori, just like crushing it. And so I am kind of like shouting you out about that, because I think that that's a hidden thing that we don't talk about enough, is that like being able to step into a version of yourself that you may never have known existed and never seen before is probably the most powerful part of growth. And I think it's not talked about enough. So I just want to say to you, one, I'm freaking crazy proud, because even just from the fact of how you look at yourself and how you view what you do and how you see the skill sets that you have, is just a really powerful thing. So just sorry for I needed to go off on a tangent and share that with you. But yeah, tell us a little bit about how things have shifted in terms of like, when you came in the home systems and like what you're discovering now a little bit more about yourself and how that feels for you, what it changes for you.
So, I'm trying to think how best to, just broadening from talking about the home management, because I do think that that is a lost art, a lost skill. And it's one of the reasons moms, I think, face so much burnout, is because it's kind of like we're just, okay, well, you're an adult now, go run lives.
Yep.
Not ruin lives, but go run them.
Yeah.
Right? And then in this fast-paced world, and where everyone's so critical, and the highlight reels on social media, and it's like you always have to be doing more, and that's kind of what we're told. And then you have just so much out there, but being able to, one, accept that overwhelm is part of life, and we don't have to get to a point where we're not dealing with overwhelm, because that's never going to happen. There's always going to be things that overwhelm us. And so recognizing that, and then being able to build a program that I think is unique, in that it's like we're not chasing that we're never going to be overwhelmed again. We're going to learn how to deal with it. And then we're still going to be able to build the life that we want with our kids, be the hearts of our home, and come to a place of acceptance, and really get back to who we want to be. And so having your help and your guidance to figure out what that process looks like, I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's not a whole lot else to say other than it's transformative, and it's huge, and it's needed. And so thank you for your help in
my pleasure. And it's
making that.
I think it's, again, she stepped into seeing that what she was doing was creating the heart of the home. To me, that was what I saw about you, is that it wasn't just home management. Home management was one tiny piece of it. But when you came to me and you were like, it's being the heart of the home. And I was like, that's it, Cori, that's your thing, is like teaching moms how to be the heart of their home again. It's just so powerful, because not only now do you get to like share that impact with others of like what you believe in. So I love that. So my last and final question for you is, if someone was considering working with me, what would you say to them?
Do it. Like, unequivocally, best decision. So, I mean, obviously, you have to do what's right for yourself, but if you're able to, and if you're considering it, you won't regret it. So.
I love it. Well, so Cori, can you share where people can find you if they want to learn more about you and your process and method of what you support your clients in being able to become the heart of their home? Can you share that? And I'll have Cori come back into the comments and share that later as well. But go ahead and share it here.
So I have a blog, This Magnificent Life, with 2 A's, and thismagnificentlife.com. And then all my social handles are This Magnificent Life. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook primarily.
I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. And for those of you watching, if you've enjoyed Cori's story and you want to learn more about how the EasyS method can work for you to support you in bringing your bigger vision to life and seeing the pieces of you that maybe you didn't see before, so you can step into that next level and really be able to articulate your message and your gifts in a way that gets others to see it, definitely let us know and reach out, and we'll share more about what that looks like. But again, Cori, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story with everyone. And I hope you all have an amazing day.